Mutants. Whether they're of the X-Men or Ninja Turtle variety, they can do things no normal human can do. Is it really possible to change your genetics and become a mutant? Well, put down that radioactive waste, you normie, and listen up. This is Epic How To Become a Mutant. Before you become a mutant, let's break down what exactly a mutation is. A mutation is when a person's genetic material is permanently altered. Though this sounds really scary, it's actually very common and happens all the time. Basically, whenever a cell in your body divides, it copies its DNA to the new cell. But this isn't perfect. Instead of an exact copy, it's more like someone transcribing the DNA into the new cell. This creates errors in the new cell's DNA, sort of like a typo. Every cell division results in around 120,000 typos. Now, most of the time, the cell can correct these mistakes, but some of them slip through the cracks. If this cell happens to be part of a sperm or an egg cell, that mistake is passed down from parent to child, resulting in said mutation. If you're thinking, hey Joe, if these mutations are so common, does that mean I'm a mutant? Well, you very well might be, you glorious freak of nature. Here are some mutations you just might already have. One of the most common mutations is male pattern baldness. Approximately 1 in 4 men will start losing their hair by age 30 and around 2 in 3 men by age 60. One of those is better. Color blindness is another common mutation, affecting around 10 million men worldwide, but less than 600,000 women. This is because the mutation lies on the X chromosome, and women with 2 X chromosomes are twice as likely to get the dominant gene without the mutation. Hey kid, do you have blue eyes? Well, you're a mutant. Blue eyes is a mutation of the OCA2 gene and prevents the production of melanin in the iris. Scientists speculate that everyone with blue eyes is a descendant of a single person who lived around the Black Sea around 10,000 years ago, who was probably stoned for being a witch. Even your dog is a mutant. The modern dog is a result of hundreds of years of selective breeding, mutating the dog's genetics. Every single bulldog, for example, has undergone so much genetic mutation that every single bulldog is born with dwarfism. But that's not the kind of mutant you want to be. You want to live without short, stubby legs and a propensity to drool all over yourself. You want to be more like Wolverine and less like Jubilee and her stupid firework power. Who thought of that? Don't worry, mutations aren't all thin hair and baby blue eyes. There are some pretty badass mutations out there. Some kid named Liam Hoekstra has an extremely rare genetic mutation known as MYOSTATIN-RELATED muscle hypertrophy. That's a lot of words, meaning that his body doesn't produce proteins that inhibit muscle growth. What, like, we're the mutants. Why? What a weird evolutionary thing, like, don't grow muscles, body. That's dumb, human body. At 3 years old, he was as strong as an average 7-year-old. Liam is so strong that he could do chin-ups as a 1-year-old. I can barely do chin-ups, and I'm a man. Right, honey? Okay. Amazingly, doctors say they can't find any downside to this mutation, so this kid's gonna probably grow up to be the strongest person to ever live, except for this guy. That's a lie. Dean Karnazes has superhuman endurance. He once ran 50 different marathons in 50 consecutive days. He can run in sub-zero temperatures without getting tired. He can even run throughout the night without sleep. How? Let me read the teleprompter. Be patient. Normally, when you exercise, your muscles slowly build up lactic acid, physically forcing you to stop. But Karnazes' body doesn't have a lactic acid threshold, allowing him to run forever. There's also a family in Oklahoma with bones 8 times as dense as normal humans. Their bones are so massive they can't break, even in a car crash. We tried. We tried to kill them, for science. They survived. Ozzy Osbourne, somebody that you didn't think I was going to talk about, is not only a badass musician, he's also a badass mutant. Geneticist Nathaniel Pearson sequenced Oz's genes and found never-before-seen mutations on genes associated with alcoholism. Wonder why? This possibly explains how Ozzy could have partied far harder than any other human alive. Now, if you're not one of the lucky few who's been born a mutant, how can you create a genetic mutation? One way is through exercise. In a recent study, scientists at the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm found that regular exercise managed to actually change people's genes. You also might want to change your diet. A recent study by Dr. Dean Ornish had patients eat a low-fat, plant-based diet. 3 months later, over 500 genes were changed, including deleting some genes that have been linked to cancer. Even something as simple as meditation can make you a mutant. A recent study at the Benson Henry Institute found that just 1 session of meditation was enough to alter some genetics. But if you really want to dive into mutation, you're going to need to know about gene therapy. Gene therapy is an experimental technique where doctors create genes in a lab and then insert them into the patient, where they will become part of their DNA. Scientists place the genes into a virus, like the herpes simplex virus, which then spreads throughout the body, distributing the target gene. Ideally, this can be used to cure diseases, such as sickle cell anemia, muscular dystrophy, and cancer. Theoretically, if you knew which gene to alter, you could create any mutation imaginable. Need some ideas? Got 'em! We've already done some insane mutations on animals, because they're lucky. Scientists have made cats that glow in the dark, cabbages full of venom, and goats that can spin webs like a spider. Which is awesome. Any of these mutations could be yours! Or all three. You could be a venom-filled, glow-in-the-dark goat Spider-Man. Keep the name. You're welcome. But don't hog all the mutations for yourself. Why not pass them along to your children? Germline gene therapy is a form of gene therapy that incorporates the tailored gene into a sperm or an egg, allowing your offspring to inherit your mutation. Go ahead, make the choice for them. But be warned, germline gene therapy is banned in Australia, Canada, Germany, Israel, Switzerland, and the Netherlands, due to something called ethical concerns. But no such restrictions currently exist in the US, so go hog wild and become a hog. Congratulations, look at that, you're a mutant. Man, the sky's the limit. You can become super strong or super fast. Just do whatever you want. Go take over the world. Make it better for all of us. You could even get that cleft chin that you've always wanted. Might make you look kind of handsome. No. Maybe we can go on a date. Swipe right. Do we swipe right? If I like you, do I swipe right? Is that what happens? Honey, do I swipe what? Nope. This has been Epic How To. Let us know what topic you guys think we should break down next in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.